Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my video. I'm the Zebra Dude, and today we'll be talking about Battlefront 2 the beta and what I think about it. So I'm going to firstly start by talking about the things I like. I'll probably talk a bit more about some things, a little not as much about others. But I will not be I'll not be talking that much about the loot box thing, because I feel like you can find a lot more about that in other places, so I'll not be covering that. But I will mention it and my thoughts on it. So what I want to start on is the new Starfighter, the flying mode. I really think that they did a good job on that one. I did like the first one really much. I like flying in the game. Everything about flying I thought was really fun. But I think they added a little bit of that skill component to this one, and that just adds a little bit of that flavor that was missing, and I really think that's a good thing, because the locking on thing, I thought if you got behind someone, they were dead. You couldn't escape. Dogfights were kind of predictable. You're just chasing the other person around, but now you can actually dodge those bullets, and that's really cool. And I think that adds a lot to the new system, because now you can actually fly around and dodge, and you actually have to hit the opponent, and I really like that. The abilities, I wasn't so sure about them. I didn't get to play it a lot. I got like 2 hours in, sadly, because I was very busy this weekend. But I think they were okay. They're pretty similar to the first one, but I think the missiles are a little bit. I didn't really figure out how to use them, so I kind of just shot randomly and pushed every button I could find. The ship that I like the most, like always, is the X-Wing. I just like the feel and the look of it. But the Y-Wing was a really nice surprise. I loved the Y-Wing, and I love that they added it in. The Empire bomber I did not try, so I do not know the difference between them, but there is a difference, and it will depend on which one you like, because I felt like one side, for this beta at least, you won as the Empire all the time. At least for me, I don't know. I played like 4 or 5 games, and I always lost as Rebels and won as the Empire. So I kind of think it's depending on the map, and also because the planes or the spaceships are very different. So some of them are better, some of them are not. The first person view is still so awesome. It's not good to fly in it, but if you like feeling like you're in the plane, first person view is the way to go. I'm just telling you this, it's a lot harder to play it. You will not see around you, which is quite a loss, but it's so awesome. I loved it, and I tried to play it, but it's still pretty hard. I got to play the hero ship once, and I didn't like it. I played the Millennium Falcon. I have to pronounce that right. And I did not like it. I thought it was a lot better in the first game. I don't know if they nerfed it a lot or not, but I kind of felt like you just turned into a bullet sponge, and every one of those ships tried to shoot you, and yeah, you did not live for long or could do anything. They were all behind you, and they just killed you. And you are kind of tanky, but still you're not that tanky. I didn't get to play as any other hero ship, so I don't know how the others work, but I think they don't work that much differently. But yeah, and I rarely saw them fighting me, so I think the objectives are a lot better in this game. They're a lot focused on what you want to do. They're not just destroy. They are destroy this and destroy that, but there's a lot more cinematic feel to it, so I like it a lot more. So the star cards, kinda, I didn't get to use. I got to use one of them, but I didn't really feel any change to it. you feel the sword a bit, but not that much. So I hope they don't go overboard and have them super powerful and change the game. But I'll go deeper into that in a bit. So yeah, that's pretty much what I thought about the Starfighter. Alright guys, now I'll be going over the kind of Walker Assault game mode, which was reminded me of Walker Assault from the first game. I don't know what it's called in this one, but yeah, it's really fun. I really enjoyed it. The problem was I couldn't play it as much as I wanted to, so that was a shame. But I really like the new class system. It gives the game a flavor to it that the first game was missing, and it kind of gives you that replayability that the game was also missing. And you can go around mastering different classes and stuff that will give you something to look forward to. I also like that they give guns attachments. I think that's a great addition. It gives the guns your kind of style. You can play however you want. You can have added accuracy or added damage. I don't remember which one, because I couldn't build it for some reason. I tried to, but it wouldn't let me. Yeah, so you have like the big bulking guy, which I played the most. It's not that bulky, but he has this shield and this automatic like machine gun. I really like that class because I felt it let me play a little bit more of how I play, like pushing into tunnels and stuff like that. You could put up your shield and you could outplay like 2 players, which I really liked. The assault guy is just your regular guy. He's kind of like the base guy in the first one. You just get your gun and you have the grenade and stuff, but he doesn't have much to it. Then you have the commander's type guy, and he can I think boost your damage and boost your health and stuff, and he can put down turrets. I didn't play him a lot. I played the assault and the sentry, I think it was called, the most. The specialist is like the sniper guy, so that's interesting. I didn't really like the sniper, but now we at least have snipers in the game. I think there were in the first one, but I didn't really like it because they were part of the DLC. Yeah, the new point system is it's fantastic. It's fantastic. That's the only thing I can say about it. It gives you that kind of choice, and that you don't have to immediately, like me, run for the X-Wing every time you play Hoth. You can save those points and you can become the hero, or you can take your ship, or you can become the specialist class, like one that has a jetpack and one has, I don't remember what it does, but it's in the game. So yeah, I think that's pretty neat. It gives you that option, and you can also play as the spaceships, and you have on the other side you can play as the thing you have to push, and then the clones can play the ship that drops them off. And I would say those are not the best part about this thing, but if you want to play it, it's cool. I played the tank, and I got to play the other thing a little bit. Sadly, it was a little bit buggy for me. It didn't do anything, and when I tried to shoot, it kind of clipped, so it was really weird. I think it was because I was winning the game, and kind of ended as when I got into it. The other one is just slowly going forward. You can't change the speed or go right or left. You can only look a little bit around. If someone comes into your range, he's dead. There's nothing else you can say about that. But they have to be standing right in the open to die, and I really think that's not such a good thing. I kind of think this will be one of the smaller maps if it stays like this. I'm kind of hoping they have a little bit more to it, Like they let you push a little bit further until you get to this point, because I felt like this map was not made for flying around in it, because it has a lot of tall buildings and it's only this narrow space that you go through. And if you're good, you can probably get a lot of kills flying, but if you're trash like me, you get known and crash into a building. One time I crashed into a building, I just slightly clipped it, and then I instantly died. There was no like damage I got. It doesn't like tell you, oh, you hit a building, you're taking damage. It's like, boom, you're dead. There's nothing more you can say about that. And I did not like the flying. I wanted to play the yellow spaceships. I don't know much about the prequels, so I will not know the names, but the yellow spaceship that Anakin flies in the movies, I wanted to play it, but it was never open when I had enough points. I played the specialist. I like the jetpack guy is cool, I guess, but in this map, as I said, it's not really made for it, because the jetpacking around is not really going to help you that much, because when you get him, you're most likely in the closed off area, and jetpacks are not really gonna do much for you. You might get it before then that's good for you. I think it works a lot better outside, where you can jump around and do stuff like that. I like the different jumps. You can go left or right or backwards or up into the air. I think that's cool. The gun that he had, not a big fan. It was okay, I guess, but I was almost outgunned by a lot of things. Yes, the flying vehicles are okay, but as I said, the maps are this one is way too small. I remember in the first game you could have these air fights, and it would often be you just flying around and trying to kill them. But in this game, it was kind of, you're straight into the action. You can't really turn around or stuff because it's so small. And when you get inside, I don't know what happens to the flying vehicles if you just die or stuff. But I'm assuming you won't be flying much out there. The gunplay is really good, like in the first one. I liked both first person and third person. I was kind of switching between depending on the situation I was in. If I had to peek corners, I would play the third person. If I was trying to be more accurate, I would play the first person. That's my personal opinion. You might play differently. So I've seen a lot of different clips from this, and I often see people playing third person, and that's fine. I think it's really good, but sometimes I just don't think it's better. And the models and everything looks freaking amazing. I don't want to swear, but it's so beautiful. It's like the first one, but it's so cool that you have these clone troopers and the droids, and I really like the sound of both of the guys who have to call you in and stuff. Like, I think that's really cool and a bonus to the game. Yeah, and I like the different classes. The only thing me and my friend were talking about is that we want the droidegas. There's nothing else that we want. And there's a slot open with nothing in it, and I'm calling that it will be there. I'm hoping it will be awesome and fun to play, because I love it, and they just look fun. Now, I'm going to talk about the things I didn't like about the beta. There were a few things. One of the things was can be easily fixed, and I don't even know if probably I was the only one who noticed it and felt it was confusing, maybe because I'm a little bit stupid. But the menus for the classes and the vehicles and the heroes, I felt that when I first opened it was a little bit confusing. I didn't really know what it was supposed to be and what it was supposed to do at the time, but you quickly find it out. So I don't think they have to change it. I just think they have to give you a better example of how it works. That'll be a lot better. Okay, now for the only little rotten part of this fantastic and delicious cake that we call Battlefront 2, and that is the loot box thing. I don't like them. That's the only thing I can say. I didn't mind loot boxes until just a few months ago when everyone wanted to have loot boxes in their game. I liked the loot box thing when it came to Overwatch. I did not think it was a bad thing. I liked the part when you could get random skins. I didn't like it the most of all, but it was decent. I like getting skins. I love skins in games. So the Overwatch thing was fine, but this one it kind of feels pay to win in a certain degree, because you have to unlock these star cards, and this is kind of sad because this game would have been this beta would probably gotten a 9 out of 10 from me if it weren't for these damn loot boxes, because it's a really good game, but those loot boxes, they are there, man, and you can't miss them because they give you one in the start of the beta, and you can get those. And in the beta, of course, you can't pay for them because you won't keep them, but in the finished version they will probably have legendary packs, and then they'll have probably different varieties of rarities. Damn it, I can't speak anymore. But I don't like them at all. It is confusing. It's not as satisfying as the Overwatch thing. You don't know, or at least I didn't know at that point, which one was which rarity, so it was kind of disappointing. Sometimes I thought it was legendary, but it was common. Some looked different, so I thought it was something else, but it wasn't anything else, but it was just common. So I think if they want to keep this in the game, they have to redesign it in a whole different other way. They have to make it at least more enjoyable to open. That's the only thing I can say. I don't really like them. And give us some customization for a character. I was kind of hoping we would get some like shoulder pads or like different kind of paint jobs, like in the cartoon you have this sergeant that looks different. I know they are different in the game, but there's nothing you can change about it. And I would love to have you could change how they look, maybe over time. Maybe they'll put this in later, but as the loot boxes are now, I don't have anything positive to say about them. They're unsatisfying to open. You only get 3, at least which I remember, and they cost you around 10 matches to open, 1.5. So there's nothing good I can say about them. But yeah, this has been the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you watched to the end. I guess you didn't, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll hope you'll join me when this game comes out and I make more reviews of other games. So thank you very much and have a nice day.